So, one of my favorite channels is Jack Films. I've been watching that channel for years. Um, I love Jackass. I love Yai. Great stuff. Really funny. But recently, he had a video where he was talking about some person taking videos and not crediting them. And he made a lot of great points. I mean, of course, it's wrong, but it's not something I had given a huge amount of thought to before. So it's been on my mind a lot recently. And as someone who lived in China before, I do watch channels on YouTube about China, about what's happening there. And there's one channel I've been watching called China Observer. And as I was watching the videos, I noticed that a lot of times the footage would go to from a 16 by 9 to a square format. Or there would be some slight blurring somewhere at the corner or at the bottom of the screen for certain footage. And I was thinking, are they cropping out the information as to where that footage originally came from? And I feel like they might be doing that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But that makes sense to me because all modern footage, of course, is shot 16 by 9. Your phone automatically shoots everything in 16 by 9. No one does 4 by 3 anymore, or 4 by 4 as some of the cropping has been done. So I feel like maybe they are cropping out the information. And then if they're going to do something that's unethical because they're not giving credit to the original source of the videos, if they're going to do something like that, then it has to make me question the correctness of what they are saying on their channel. So now I have to question, am I going to continue to watch that channel? Because if they're going to do something unethical like that, that means it has to bring into question everything that they're talking about on their channel. And I think that's the way that people need to view things. People need to be willing to question the ethics, the information that they're getting from their news sources. I'll give you a good example. Back when this whole COVID thing had started, there was a huge amount of misinformation. And there was this WHO meeting where they talked about the vaccines and whatnot, trying to make sure everyone gets vaccinated and everything, you know. And the whole meeting was really long. It was, I don't know, an hour or two, I don't remember. But then these news organizations, what they did was they took clips out from that meeting and they edited them together to make it seem like we are trying to vaccinate you, to take over the world, we have this agenda, blah, 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 horseshit stuff. And of course, a lot of people were believing that because they were not questioning the information that they were receiving from the source. I went to the website of this source. I looked at their website. All of their videos are basically, if you watch them, jump, 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 jump. So basically every video you can tell has been spliced together. And I think as an informed person, if you want to consider yourself an informed person, you have to keep your eyes open for stuff like that. If you're watching a video and it's jumping, 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 jumping around, or if it suddenly changes the aspect ratio, or if some parts of the video seem hyper zoomed in on, whereas other parts of the video seem very clear and not blurry because they haven't been zoomed in on, you have to question the source material. What is the source material? What does the source material actually say? Who does the source material belong to? And if channels and news organizations are resorting to these types of techniques, then you have to question those channels that you're watching and those news sources that you are receiving your so-called news from. Otherwise, you're just allowing yourself to be misled. So I don't know, that was on my mind this morning. I mean, literally 5 minutes ago, I was watching this channel and I was just thinking, this feels off. This feels off. Why are they cropping off the sides? It doesn't make sense to me. They must be cutting off the source. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But it doesn't change the fact that we should all be careful about the information that we are intaking and digesting. What's the validity of it, and what's their agenda, basically. So, yeah, that's my ramble today. Talk to you next time.